Hi everyone, I hope you're doing well. So today I'd like to introduce you to something. One of the models from Einhell's 18-volt range, the TE-RS 18Li random orbital sander. But I won't say any more for now. Let's check it out in the next segment. See you in a moment. So here is the random orbital sander in question, the Einhell TE-RS 18Li. It's a pretty compact machine, and most importantly, it's compatible with all of the brand's Power X-Change batteries. That means if you already own tools, especially batteries from the same range, you'll be able to reuse them with this machine. And while we're on the topic of batteries, know that a 2 amp hour battery will be more than enough for this type of machine, which isn't particularly power hungry, but I still recommend going with a 4 amp hour battery. That way, you'll get maximum performance and, above all, longer battery life. Also, be aware that the Einhell brand has just released a new line of more compact batteries. These are the batteries I'm talking about. CLED, so they're compact, compatible with all batteries and tools, especially power and Ensure, but above all, they're better protected, since they're resistant to water and dust as they're classified. Or rather, I should say, certified IP57. As for the motor, we're dealing with a classic brushed motor. That means we don't get the benefits of a brushless motor, but that allows the brand to offer this random orbital sander at a very attractive price, which I'll talk about at the end of the video. As for handling, it's actually pretty good. We're looking at a machine that still weighs 1.2 kilograms. That's the weight of the machine without the battery. So it's still a fairly significant weight. But since it's the stand that will bear most of the weight, it's not a problem and it's not you. And as for the casing, we have a casing that's covered with a fairly comfortable grip, which offers good handling. And there's also the machine's trigger button with a small dust protection cover. This way, it helps increase the lifespan of the sander. As for adjustments, this machine features a variable speed control with a small dial right here, which is well positioned and accessible mainly with your thumb. This allows you to adjust the speed according to your needs and depending on the type of finish and material. To sand, so for example, at position 1, you can reach 14,000 oscillations per minute, and you can increase it up to position 6. At that point, you can reach the maximum speed, which is 22,000 oscillations per minute. And as for dust collection, like you often find on this type of compact model, there's a small filter that'll let you collect as much sanding residue as possible. But as usual, I recommend connecting a shop vacuum instead. Plus, with this model, it has a pretty standard design, which will help you get better results. When sanding, and above all, you'll be working in an even healthier environment. As for the sanding pad, it's a standard size, meaning a 125mm diameter, which makes it very easy and inexpensive to find Velcro sanding discs like this one. Of course, make sure to choose discs with 8 holes to make dust extraction easier, but again, this is a very standard format. And as for what's included in the pack, you should know that most of the time, this machine is bare, meaning without a battery or charger. But of course, the brand has included the dust collector as well as an 80 grit sanding disc. Before we see a demonstration of this random orbital sander, let's talk a bit about its technical specifications. It has a rotation speed that can reach up to 22,000 oscillations per minute. That's a pretty standard and effective speed, which will let you sand without too much difficulty, even materials that are fairly hard. As for the oscillation amplitude and orbital movement, it's set at 2 millimeters. It's not the largest amplitude, but it still allows you to get pretty effective sanding, even if it will naturally take a bit more time than with a machine that has a much larger amplitude. Now, let's see how this machine performs in action by sanding a piece of varnished wood. Like this, I fitted in 80 grit sandpaper to really strip this surface. And as for the speed, I'm going to set it directly to position 6. And let's see right away how it turns out. As you can really see, the stripping was quite effective. You can see the difference between the two surfaces. As you saw, this is the machine that definitely gets the job done and will let you sand any type of surface effectively. And when it comes to performance, let's be honest, we're really looking at an entry-level model from Einhell, especially with a standard carbon motor. No brushless motor, so you don't get the benefits that come with that. And the oscillation amplitude is also a bit low, just a few millimeters. It handles many jobs and feels great in hand. It's lightweight at 1.2 kilograms, so that's the weight of the machine without the battery, and it's pretty easy to handle and offers good control. It also has a good grip on the handle, so you'll be able to control it easily. And finally, as for the price, you should know that this random orbital sander is usually sold for around 52 euros. That's for the bare tool, meaning without the battery or charger. So I think that's a very attractive price considering its performance. Now, yes, we're not talking about a high-end model from Einhell or even on the market, but rather something positioned as an entry-level model. So if you already have Power Exchange batteries, it could really be worth it for you. You can get yourself set up without spending too much, well, without spending a fortune for a random orbital sander that really gets the job done. And as always, if you're interested in this machine, feel free to check the description. I'll put the references for the best sellers there, at least those offering this random orbital sander at the best price. That's it. This video is now coming to an end. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't hesitate to give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And in any case, I'll see you very soon for a new video. See ya!